Remember to look at the green dot, which is on the right.
Got it.
It's the end of the year. It's literally New Year's Eve tonight. And Erin and I have put together a little highlights reel from our reads this year.
We've got 10 different categories, and Elena and I will each nominate 2 books and choose a winner each.
Yeah, because we didn't read the same exact books all year.
Okay, let's just jump right in. No commercials. Wait, I can't say that. There might actually be ads.
Yeah, please watch the ads.
Let's start with the first category. We have Best Vibes. What are your nominees?
The nominees are Caraval by Stephanie Garber, which is like a magical carnival with sort of a dark, dangerous underside, and The Familiar by Leigh Bardugo, which is like gothic and historical and Grimm's fairy tale-esque.
And my nominees are The Graveyard Book by Neil Gaiman. Thank you to everyone who told me to start here with Gaiman books. This just had the perfect, spooky, fun, whimsical vibes. It was absolutely perfect for Halloween. And second, we have the Elements of Cadence series, which is A River Enchanted and A Fire Endless by Rebecca Ross. This is the perfect romantic, folklore, poetic, Scottish countryside, just like such a beautiful, beautiful series. And the winners are
Caraval series by Stephanie Garber
and The Graveyard Book by Neil Gaiman. Had to be.
The next category is the Best New to Us author.
My nominees are Holly Black. I read the Cruel Prince series and absolutely loved it. And I finally read a T. Kingfisher novel. It was A Sorceress Comes to Call, and it was so beautifully written.
My nominees are Stephanie Garber. She wrote the Caraval series, which I blitzed through this year, but also Once Upon a Broken Heart, which I liked even better than Caraval. And Robert Jackson Bennett, whose novel The Tainted Cup blew me away. And the winners for Best New to Us author are...
Oh shit. I've just realized I read a Holly Black book before. And I hated it, remember?
You cheater!
Book of Night.
Yeah, and you hated it.
And she's supposed to win this category for me.
Oh, you hypocrite. You repressed the memory of that first book.
Dang. Okay. No, I think for continuity's sake, I'm going to have to say T. Kingfisher wins this round.
Very fair. And the winner for me is Robert Jackson Bennett. I could not believe how good The Tainted Cup was. Thank God the sequel is coming out next year. You would like it, genuinely.
No, I actually really do want to read it. Okay, cool. And the next category is Best Surprise. My nominees are The Warm Hands of Ghosts by Catherine Arden. I was very pleasantly surprised by this. I loved it way more than her Winter Night trilogy. And The Love of My Afterlife by Kirsty Greenwood. I just was not expecting this to be as good as it was. It was so cute.
Yeah, that cutesy cover almost made us underestimate it.
Yeah, and it was so original. I loved it.
And my nominees are First Lie Wins by Ashley Elston. I really don't normally like thrillers, but this one gripped me. The super competent main character, I just was rooting for her the whole way through. And my other surprise was Red Rising by Pierce Brown. I thought this book was for boys. I think it is for boys.
But it's actually for Elena. Okay, and the winners for the Best Surprise category are...
First Lie Wins by Ashley Elston.
And The Warm Hands of Ghosts by Catherine Arden. Those are very interesting choices for both of us.
I'm going to read more Ashley Elston next year.
I'm not.
Next up, we have Best Character. Is it Best Main Character?
It's Best Main Character.
Best Main Character.
My nominees are Martha Ballard from the book The Frozen River by Ariel Lawhan. This is based off of an actual person, Martha Ballard, who was a midwife in the old times. And my second nominee has got to be Phoebe from The Wedding People. She was just a fantastic main character, so hilarious and competent. I loved it.
Phoebe is a great name.
Yeah, it is, although I do think of Phoebe from Friends.
Oh, do you?
But it fits.
Okay, good. And my nominees are Rowan from the Lachlan Feud series by Robin Mall and Elle Madison. She is so funny, so kick-ass.
She's the best.
You gotta love her.
Yeah.
And Aveen from the Dead Cattail Assassins. You know, I'm seeing a lot of similarities between these two now. Aveen is also super funny, super kick-ass.
She sees herself in him.
She is the exception to my anti-assassin rule.
I don't know if you can have an exception when the rule is only like 2 people.
She's like a zombie assassin. Does that help?
No.
And the winners of Best Main Character are
Martha from the Frozen River.
And my pick is obviously Rowan from the Lachlan Feuds.
Gotta be. Okay, and the next category is Best Cast of Characters. The nominees on my side are Six of Crows by Leigh Bardugo. I don't even know what to say about this. This is just the best cast of characters, and they all have a special place in my heart. And the second nominee is A Sorceress Comes to Call by T. Kingfisher. I think I even wrote in my Goodreads review that this cast of characters is so interesting because they all had such a specific place. I knew exactly why they were all there, and they were all really endearing. I was just really impressed with this book.
My first nominee is Gideon the Ninth by Tamsin Muir. My attachment to these characters is unhealthy.
Yes, it is. I will attest to that.
And it's not just Gideon, it's all of them. Each one, even the bad ones, I just love them. And my other pick is the Skyward series by Brandon Sanderson. Truly your ragtag group of crew members pulling together to save the galaxy. What could be better?
Okay, and the winner is for Best Cast of Characters, Six of Crows. Inej, all of them, love them.
And mine is Gideon the Ninth, of course.
I would have been shocked if this had not won for her.
The next category is the biggest, steepest cliffhanger.
My nominees are slightly surprising. We have What the River Knows by Isabel Ibanez. This was not my favorite book, but the cliffhanger was so intense, I have to know what happened to these characters. And my other nominee has to be Reckless by Lauren Roberts. My boy Kai, I really just need the best for him. I need to see what happens.
My nominees are The Will of the Many by James Islington. The last 10 pages of this book were like a whole different book, like a whole different genre. It's bizarre, but I'm hooked.
It took you forever to process this, too.
It did. I really had to sleep on it. And my other pick is Divine Rivals by Rebecca Ross, which ends on such a tense cliffhanger. And I just was dying to get to Ruthless Vows and find out what happens to Iris and Roman. So the winners of the biggest cliffhanger are...
I can't believe that What the River Knows is actually winning a category for me this year, but I have to give it this one. The cliffhanger was just amazing.
And for me, it is The Will of the Many, because what was that? I need to know.
When's the next one coming out? Do you know?
This year.
Oh, okay. Okay, and the next category that Elena is not too happy about is Most Insightful or Thought-Provoking Read.
I had to really stretch for this one. There's no thoughts in here, just vibes.
My first nominee is Our Wives Under the Sea by Julia Armfeld. There were just some passages in this that really resonated with me.
This was one I didn't want to read, but I really wanted you to read.
Yeah.
So thank you.
You're welcome. And my second nominee is Ghosts by Dolly Alderton. This wasn't my favorite, but she is so witty, and I found a lot of her commentary to be really insightful and interesting.
My nominees are I Cheerfully Refuse by Leaf Anger. This is like a dystopian situation, and it really gave me a fresh take on what the end of the world could look like. And my other pick was Open Water by Caleb Azuma Nelson. Not only is this book deeply romantic, but there's some really good social commentary in here about police brutality. This one I can truly say made me think. So the winners of the most insightful, what is it? You wrote best insightful.
I know. Because all the other ones were bests. So
okay. And the winners of most insightful reads are...
I'm going with Our Wives Under the Sea.
Nice. And I am going with Open Water. Open Water is a quick read too. I think everyone should read this.
Okay, I will. Everyone meaning me?
Everyone.
All right, next category is a fun one. Best Romance.
The Lovers.
What are your nominees?
My nominees are Cade and Willa from Heartless by Elsie Silver. This is the second book in the Chestnut Spring series, and they just absolutely won my heart. the grumpy single dad who's also a cowboy, and Will is a free spirit and gets him to break out of his shell and realize he deserves love again. Oh my gosh, it just swept me away.
I will say that she's like 15 years younger than him.
Erin, she's a consenting adult, all right? And my other pick is Emily and Wendell from Emily Wilde's Map of the Otherlands. In this second installment especially, we really see their relationship grow, and Wendell is such a unique male main character love interest. He's so, he can fight and he can get it done, but he is so funny and soft in a way. I just find him really unique and a great match for the more pragmatic Emily.
Whoa, okay. I do not have quite so poetic of descriptions for these. I have Lucy and Felix from This Summer Will Be Different by Carly Fortune. He shucks oysters and makes it hot, and she's a florist. So this is like a winning combination for me.
What does Erin love? Oysters and flowers.
I also love their romance over time. Whatever. It's like getting with your best friend's brother. Trope. Okay.
Gotcha.
But it was good. And next on my list is Cain and Arwen from the Sacred Stones trilogy, A Dawn of Onyx. One of my favorite books of the year was A Promise of Peridot. I just really loved their relationship, especially in this second book.
Aw. I do think second books can really...
Yeah,
that's where the love
that's where it like always shines,
takes
right?
off.
Yeah.
And the winners of the best romance are...
Lucy and Felix from This Summer Will Be Different.
And Emily and Wendell from Map of the Otherlands.
Nice.
The next category is the best read that is out of our comfort zone.
My nominees are Chain Gang All-Stars by Nana Kwame Adjei-Brenya. This is not a dystopian, like a futuristic America where gladiators in jail fight. That is not totally it, but it was out of my comfort zone. It was really uncomfortable and pretty graphic. And my second nominee is a bit of a twist. It's The Martian by Andy Weir. I loved this, but I understood probably 20% of it. It was full of science, full of math, and like I was just there for the vibes.
That's a lot.
Yeah.
I forgot you read that.
It was good, but I didn't get it.
My nominees are Dawn by Octavia E. Butler, which is a series about an alien species that essentially comes to save humanity after we've annihilated our own planet with nuclear warfare. But their saving us comes with a very steep cost. The book is intense. And my other nominee is Hell Followed With Us by Andrew Joseph White. The main character is a trans boy trying to escape the cult that raised him and turned him into a living bioweapon. There's a lot of body horror and intense stuff in this book.
Okay, so the winners of Best Out of Our Comfort Zone read are Chain Gang All-Stars by Nana Kwame Adjei-Brenya
and Dawn by Octavia E. Butler.
Yay! Both ended up being on our top 10 of the year too.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah.
There's something in that. You know what I mean?
Pushing
something about
yourself. I know.
Yeah.
Okay, and our final category of the day is Best Series.
Yay!
My nominees for this category are The Elements of Cadence Duology by Rebecca Ross. I am so obsessed with this, you're probably tired of hearing it, but this was such a beautiful, beautiful series.
If it's good, it's good.
And my second has to be the Cruel Prince series. I read all three, plus the little bonus book. The bonus book was stupid, but the trilogy was actually incredible. I have been dragging my feet, but I'm so glad that I picked this up.
Yeah, I feel like you were reluctant to read this.
I was, but once I was hooked, I was in.
All right, my first nominee is the Locked Tomb series by Tamsin Muir. I just ate this up. I don't know what I'm gonna do if they don't announce the last book soon.
I thought it was done. Is it
No,
not?
it's not done.
My God.
It's not done.
Okay, more of this to come.
Oh yeah. And my other nominee is the Skyward series by Brandon Sanderson and Jancy Patterson. I read all of these, including the novellas this year. It's like 7 or 8 books or something, and I enjoyed every single one of them.
All right.
So the winners for Best Series of the Year are
Elements of Cadence by Rebecca Ross. Loved it.
and the Locked Tomb series by Tamsin Muir.
Both very predictable choices.
Yep.
And that wraps up the best of 2024.
If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up, leave a comment down below, and let us know what you would nominate for these categories, and subscribe for more. We have more end of the year content coming up soon.
We left out Best Book of the Year for a reason. So until our next video, see you later.
See you soon.